As I've started playing around with the Inventables easel machine, you can import a lot of images. This is an image I found of a Paisley skull tattoo on Pinterest. I thought this would make a really cool guitar body. Route out the neck pocket, put a pickup or two, seal the bridge down, do some funky paint, some crystals here and there, and I thought this would really look outstanding. I deep set the eyes so you get a little bit more depth out of eyes. I've got some light string I think I'm going to put in here and see if I can get that to really look cool. But as I've learned to play with the software, the first time I imported this image, it did all these crazy holes and patterns and everything all over the place in terms of inlaying and routing out. And what I learned the first time I started routing this is that I really need to simplify the patterns. So all these little different dots and nicks and crannies really cause a significant amount of problems. It adds time to routing. And so what I did is I went into the design and started editing the points. So the biggest difference you can see is between the heart here and the heart that originally was done. And so within importing the image, you can smooth what's the import threshold to determine how much should actually be routed or used as part of the image. You could play around with that and see what it looks like. The first time I did this, I did it on an 18-inch guitar body and it was way too big. And then as I started resizing it, a telly is about 16 inches. I could scale it down relatively quickly. I imported a telly image to see if the shape would actually work. And what's cool about this is I could put the neck here, I could put the neck here, I could carve some of this out for a cutout. I have the ability to really play within the easel software before I even do any work. One of the things I learned then about the tool as I'm doing some of these longer runs is that I wasn't getting enough power to the servo motors, so you have to go in and adjust the pots on the machine so that as it's moving across the piece of wood, the longer the run, the more power the machine's going to need. And so what happened in one of these longer runs is that the power was drained and it couldn't make it all the way over from probably here to here, and it overshot it because it wasn't sensing the power correctly. So we'll use this as a telly for another body somewhere along the line. That's what's nice about playing with poplar and scrap. But this was about 2 hours to run. All I have to do is cut this out. I've got this a 1/4 inch down. So all I have to do is cut this out, take it over to my pin router, and I've got the body all done. Probably I still need to go in and edit this slightly. There's still some chipping out here and there. I think if I cleaned up the design slightly more, it'd probably look a lot better. One more cool thing about the easel software is now I've actually saved this template and design. And I was able to go out, make a template first. I tested this on a piece of scrap, and you could see the issue I was having with the routing where it wasn't doing well on the long runs. But now I've got a template, can route out the pickups, neck pocket, route it, done, and now I can just repeat this pattern, repeat this over. And what was cool is I took this outer pattern, copied it, put it on a new separate template, was able to route this out all by itself. So that way I've got another view, another way of doing this relatively quickly without spending 10 hours routing the guitar body. So this was 2 hours, and then probably another half hour to cut this out and do the routing. And then outside of the high design work that I'm going to do on this, pretty cool. Didn't really have to watch and maintain this. Actually took a shower as this was running. But if any of you guys know the origin of this tattoo, I'd love to give the designer a shout out. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next vid.